Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everybody. Morning vibes for everybody around the world. Okay, welcome to our statistic course. Today we are going to talk about independent sample t-test with SPSS. But first of all, we need to pay attention on basic concepts of independent sample t-test. What are they? Number one, the test in independent sample t-test is used to determine whether there is a difference in the mean of the two unpaired samples. Terms of parametric statistical tests, normal and homogeneous. So if the data normal and homogeneous, so it means that we can go to independent sample t-test. Okay, I will give you independent sample t-test example. Researchers made a conjecture stating that there is significant difference between the result of student English learning outcomes in Class A and Class B. To prove this, the researchers chose randomly 22 students in Class B, Class A, this one Class A, and 22 students in Class B. The result of learning outcomes of the 20 students in Class A and 22 students in Class B is as follows. So we can go to Excel. Okay. From the Excel, I have already typed here English learning outcome result. 22 participants, 22 participants in Class A and 22 participants in Class B. Okay, we come back to PDF file. Research data analysis with SPSS. We have 4 steps here. First of all, we need to conduct a normality test to find out whether the average result of student English learning outcome is normally distributed or not. So this one is the requirements for independent sample t-test in parametric statistics. Okay, later on if the data show distribute normally, so we can go to conduct homogeneity test. If the data are homogeneous, the independent t-test, the independent sample t-test can be conducted. The next, perform independent sample t-test. And last, we go to analysis stage. It consists of input, analysis, and then output. Okay, we can go to Excel file. Here. We go to, there are two, data view and also variable view. First of all, we go to variable view here. We type result, okay, and then the decimal here 0, because we see in the Excel file no decimal, and the label here we type English learning outcome result, and then the values leave it default. Here we type class. We type class here, and then in the value here we type 1, yeah, and then we type class 1, and then change, and then the next value number 2, we type class B, and then just click OK. We go to data view here, we have result and we have class. We go to Excel file, we copy the score of the data 22 yeah, from class A. And then we go to SPSS, we paste here the result. Okay, good. We go to Excel file again. We have the code here for class A. This one, the code for class A, number 1, yeah. We copy until 22 participants. Copy and then we go to SPSS. Paste it. Okay. Okay, we forgot this one. Type 0, yeah, because there is no decimal. So the data view here, number 1, yeah, without decimal. The result of this one, 22 participants, no decimal. Okay, we back to this one. The learning outcome result, 22 participants from class B. And then we go to data view and then paste. We check. Okay, 44. So 22 from number 1 until 22, from class B 23 until 44 from class B. And then we copy again the code, the class code here. Class B, the code is 2, and then we pick to SPSS. The column class here, we just paste on the line 22, I mean, and then until 44. Okay, it's good. Let's go to the next. What is the next? We go to number 1, yeah, for the requirement for parametric statistics for independent sample t-test. Number 1, we must conduct normality test. We go to SPSS, analyze, and then we go to the descriptive statistic, explore, dependent list. Okay, we have the dialog box on the right. We move it to dependent list, English learning outcome, and the dialog box on the left, class, yeah, bring it to the dialog box factor list on the right. Yeah, plots, click it, and then click normality test, normality plots with test, yeah, and then click continue, click OK. We are waiting for the output for normality test here. Yeah, we have 3 output and we go directly to test of normality. Okay, because there are 22 participants. As I have already told you before, we use Shapiro-Wilk. Significance, okay, 0.257, yeah, 0.257 for class A and 0.290 for class B. Okay, based on the normality test basic decisions, yeah, we can see here that if the significant value is more than 0.05, so it can be interpreted that the data distribute normally. But if the significant value is less than 0.05, then the data do not distribute normally. So we can have a look here, Shapiro-Wilk, yeah, because the participants are 22 students. We choose separate week, yeah. So class A, the significance here 0.257 and class B 0.290. So both class A and class B, the data distribute normally. Because of that, we can go to homogeneity test. Yeah, we go to homogeneity test before we go to independent sample t-test. Okay. We come back to SPSS to do homogeneity test. We go to analyze, and then we go to descriptive statistics, and then explore. Yeah, explore, and then here we delete the check mark for normality plot we test, but we go to power estimations. Yeah, and then continue. Remember here, yeah, English learning independent list and factor list class, or we can repeat again the step. Yeah, we make it back. It's very easy. In the dialog box on the left, English learning outcome result, we move it to the dialog box on the right to dependent list. Just click the arrow. Okay, good. We click class on the dialog box on the left, and we can move it to the dialog box factor list on the right. We click the arrow. Okay, good. We go to the plots. Yeah, we click here power estimations and then continue. Okay, so after that we click OK. Okay, so this one, yeah, based on the normality test here, we have the spread of data distributions. Okay, we back to normality test a little bit here. The spread of data distribution using normal QQ plot next to the diagonal line, so it shows that the data distribute normally. Yeah, class A and class B. And then we go to normality test. Yeah, we have the normality test. There are three output: case processing summary, descriptive statistics, and test of homogeneity. Yeah. So the significance here, test of homogeneity. What is the basic assumption for homogeneity test here? Okay. If the significant value is more than 0.05, then the data distribution is homogeneous. But if the significant value is less than 0.05, then it can be said that the data distribution is not homogeneous. We check here. Yeah, we check here the data distributions for homogeneity 0.05, 0.051, 0.083, 0.085, and 0.055. Yeah, so more than 0.05, so it means that the data distribution is homogeneous. Because of that one, we can go to independent sample t-test. Yeah. For independent sample t-test, yeah, the basic decisions here, if the significant value to tilt, yeah, is less than 0.05, so it can be interpreted that there is a significant difference between learning outcomes in class A and learning outcomes in class B. Okay. If the value of significance two-tailed is more than 0.05, then there is no significant difference between learning outcomes in Class A and Class B. We go to SPSS again to have independent sample t-test. We go to compare means, and then we go to independent samples. Yeah, if we can make it back here, and we can make it back here. So English learning outcome result on the left side, we move it to the dialog box, test variables. Okay. And then class on the dialog box on the left, we move it to grouping variable on the dialog box on the right. Okay. Define groups. Okay. This one before 0, yeah. We just type 1 here for group 1 and we type 2 for group 2. So, continue. And then for the options, confidence interval percentage, 95% already, we leave it default, just click continue. And then we click OK. So, we are going to see the result for independent sample t-test, yeah. There are two results, group statistics, yeah, and independent sample test. For the first output, yeah, for the first output here, we can have a look at the summary result of descriptive statistic from both samples, yeah, or Class A and Class B data. So we can have here the mean for Class A with the participant 22, 68.2273. The mean for Class B with the participant 22, 85.5455. The standard deviation for Class A 6.10177. Standard deviation for Class B 3.76358. Standard error mean for Class A 1.30090. The standard error mean for Class B 0.80240. Okay, that's for the first output. So we go to the second output, yeah. So here, yeah, the second output here, just like the same, the output are taken from SPSS here. Okay, so we can see from SPSS here, yeah, significance two-tailed. This one, yeah, significance two-tailed 0.000, yeah. Okay, let's go to the basic decisions making for independent sample t-test here. Number 1, if the value of significance two tables is less than 0.05, so it can be interpreted that there is significant difference between English learning outcomes in Class A and Class B. But if the significant value two tail is more than 0.05, so it can be said that there is no significant difference between English learning outcome in Class A and Class B. Okay, so have a look at the SPSS here. Yeah, significant two tails 0.000. Okay, so we can draw a conclusions. Yeah, it is known that the value of significance is 0.000. Okay, is less than 0.05. So we can conclude that there is significant difference between the result of learning English in Class A and Class B data. Thus, the result of independent sample t-test shows there is a significant difference between the result of English learning outcome in Class A and class B. Okay, so we can say that the other ways can be done to detect the significant difference through the comparison of the count and the table. But of course, by using significance details and this kinds of analysis is already effective enough and also accurate enough to find whether there is significant difference or not. Okay, that's all for today. Our discussions about independent sample t-test Remember that independent sample t-test we must do normality test first. Okay, if the data already distribute normally, we can go to homogeneity test. If the data distribution is homogeneous, we can go to independent sample t-test. That's all for today. Thank you very much for all of your attention and also participations. See you in the next meeting and in the next videos. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.